Graduates, please stand. Fort Wayne Community Schools Superintendent Dr. Mark Daniel, Deputy Superintendent Faye Williams-Robbins, School Board President Ann Duff, and I, John Hauser, as the proud principal of Wayne High School, do hereby certify that all the members of the class of 2021 presented to you this evening have met the requirements set forth by the state of Indiana and the Fort Wayne Community Schools Board of Trustees and should therefore be granted a diploma. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor to present to you the 50th graduating class of Wayne High School. Parents and guests, I now ask that you stand for the presentation of colors by our ROTC Color Guard and the playing of our national anthem. Our ROTC is led by Master Chief Sergeant Jeffrey Wepner, and the cadets with us tonight presenting the colors are Rose Gaspar, Trent Gibson, Shay Wright, Adriana Gibson, Peter Chase, Baltazar Ortiz. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Graduates, you may be seated. It is now my honor to introduce to you the salutatorian of your class, Miss Danielle Smith.
I am celebrating and congratulating all of the fellow classmates that I see here. And it is my honor to be able to speak in front of you and your families. Today, you should be making note that you are here because you are resilient. The class of 2021 is resilient because the band played this year, sports happened, prom occurred, the yearbook was finished, homecoming also happened, the awards ceremony was held, field trips were had, graduation is at the Coliseum, and the Wayne Greenhouse finally saw life again. All of this happened in a year where many said it would not, but we did it, even if it wasn't in the way we always knew it to be done. Keep being resilient, not taking what life throws at you, but pushing back. Don't let life drag you down. It's all too easy to give up and stop. What takes grit, determination, and perseverance is to be resilient and keep going. Doing that will take you far in life, just like it already has. Because look, you are here. Not everyone can say that. And if you keep being resilient, you will keep going far. I'm proud of y'all, but more importantly, you should be proud of yourself. Not because of your parents or your grades, but the fact that you are here and the fact that you have accomplished what many have struggled to do in this year. And for the fact that I do not wish to bore everyone here, I am keeping this short as everyone wants to see the graduates walk. So thank you and congratulations to the class of 2021, the 50th graduating class of Wayne. And it is now my honor to introduce the valedictorian, Keegan Connolly.
Well, I'd like to start by saying that I am grateful to be here at the Coliseum today, in spite of COVID-19, which has dramatically influenced our daily lives and completely changed the landscape of our school year. I stand here before you as valedictorian, but I want to clarify that a GPA is not indicative of my success or the potential success of any person in this room. Many students here have worked jobs in the evenings, been involved in different extracurriculars, or they have had to help younger siblings to navigate virtual learning, yet they do not receive the same level of commendation that I have for their efforts. So to those of you who have taken on those additional challenges, thank you for working to be your best self. In light of the closing of our grade school education, and in the spirit of an optimistic and fulfilling future, I would like to offer you some life lessons that I have acquired and retained in my 18 years of living, that I hope you can find value in as you enter the next stages of life. Number one, surround yourself with positive energy. Letting the kind of people into your life who make you feel bad for being your truest self will hinder your confidence and lead you to question your actions and behaviors. Cut them out. Find people who support you and love you unconditionally. Be open to criticism, but reject the shackles of disdain. Number two, be comfortable being uncomfortable. There is no room to grow in an environment where you sacrifice opportunity for conformity. One of the things I've heard on the internet that really struck me was from David Goggins, a retired Navy SEAL, and he stated that suffering is the key to happiness. First makes you wonder, well, why suffering? I think that when you get used to constantly confronting pain and adversity, you start to become numb to its effects. It takes more to bring you down and less to bounce back. Seek the path of most resistance so that there is no path that discourages you. Number three, live one day at a time. It is easy to invest a great deal of concern, for many of you probably well into the night at times, into what could and could not be. Focus on and live in the present. Ask yourself what you can do today and in the moment that will set you up for a better tomorrow. Savor the environment around you and exhibit gratitude for the little things. Number four, get in good trouble. Society cannot progress if nobody questions and confronts the status quo. You cannot progress without introspection and a healthy dose of skepticism. To that end, it is better to fight than to remain complacent if your heart deems it so. I'll leave you with this quote by MLK. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Thank you.
Good evening again, graduates, parents and families, Superintendent Dr. Daniel, School Board President Mrs. Duff, Chief Operations Officer and Wayne graduate Mr. Kamak. I commend both Danielle and Keegan for sharing with all of us some pointed statements about your successes over the past 4 years and the successes that are yet to come for each of you. And they did so in short speeches, and I will do my best to watch their brevity. My goal tonight is really twofold. One, I want to commend and celebrate your work over the past 4 years in particular, but 13 years since you first started on this grade school education gig. The second is to speak a bit about what it all means tonight. When you walk into the Commons area at Wayne High School, you are immediately introduced to the 4 pillars of what we wish to define as the ideal graduate. They are to think critically, solve creatively, communicate effectively, and live compassionately. As educators, we work to put you in positions where you learn such skills, and then we create projects, papers, science labs, and tests so that you can demonstrate those skills. And since kindergarten, every teacher you have had, as well as your parents and all of your family members, they have tested you and supported you in gaining those 4 attributes. But what can turn out to be the best classroom for learning, and at times it may seem like a science lab, is life. Your lives. If we just look at the last year of the 13 years, and I feel as though this year and any senior year creates more opportunities for your growth. As Keegan alluded in his address, his GPA is the highest, but his accomplishments and achievements rank right next to yours. His path, or Danielle's path, were no easier nor more challenging than your own. And at times, they too returned to their homes after a day of school and wondered, is this really worth it? And that may lead us to asking, what is worth and what is it? Let's start with it. Although this, being here in the Coliseum tonight, may seem like it is it is not. Rather, your fight and resilience, your grit and grace, your humility, they are it. Today, you are simply here because those qualities, the fight, the resilience, the grit, and the humility have demonstrated to us that you are ready for so much more than a high school diploma. You know life. You know challenge. You know letdowns, pain, and suffering. But you also know love, hope, empathy, and forgiveness. You know not to give up on yourself, on your friends, on your family, and on your school. And that is why you are here today. That is the measure of your success. And that is why each of you shares in the pride that we all feel for what you have done to be right here, right now, this evening. That is it. And that is what makes high school and life worthwhile. So you are ready to join the previous 49 classes of graduates at Wayne High School. There are plenty of graduates here among us, some on staff, one on stage, many in this arena who are here as parents and grandparents and guests. You join them. And you should do so with the confidence that no matter what the world throws at you, what test or project or task you must complete successfully, you are prepared and you know what to do, and most importantly, how to do it. 4 years ago, we met one another on a transition day in early August. We divided into small groups, and we began the preparations for this very day, this event. And I am sure staff members on that transition day spoke the word graduation to you several times 4 years ago. I met you in Miss Steele's classroom, E210. I passed out a 3x5 index card, and you wrote down your ambitions and your dreams for you, and for the day today and beyond. Did those 4 years go as you expected? I doubt it. Did it end better than you expected? I hope so. And as I close this, as I always do, you joined the previous 49 classes of graduating generals, each one of them special, but only you are the 50th. And only you have walked the path of the class of 2021. Congratulations to you. Our love to you. And parents and guests, our gratitude and our thanks to you. Thank you, and congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our superintendent, Dr. Mark Daniel, to speak to his first graduating class of Wayne High School.
How do you follow that? First of all, the Val, Sal, wonderful speeches. But when I first walked in Wayne, I thought, wow, there's a culture at Wayne High School that's unique. Now I know why. It's your leadership. Each of you need to take that forward. Class, 50th class. So to my speech. Graduates, congratulations. You experienced and learned much since entering kindergarten in the fall of 2008. While the past year has been particularly challenging, the lessons you have learned and persistence you have shown to reach this point demonstrate that you are ready to move to the next phase of your lives. Whether you're heading to college, enlisting in the military, starting your career, or taking time off to find your path in life, I hope you're leaving Wayne High School with these critical success skills. What we call the 6 C's. Character. Having a strong character is demonstrated by being responsible, having integrity, and being resilient. The class of 2021 has shown resilience like no other, and you have clearly learned that persistence pays off. Citizenship. As graduates of Fort Wayne Community Schools, you have had the unique opportunity to learn with and from students of different races, ethnicities, different family structures, different socioeconomic backgrounds, and on and on. That experience, whether you realize it or not, at this present time, helps you to think like a global citizen, to have compassion for others, and to better understand the complexities of a diverse world. Collaboration. I love collaboration. Throughout your years in school, you have had many opportunities to work independently and to work with your teachers and peers. Some of those experiences have likely been great, and some not so much. But even those times when you have struggled with others on your team, you have learned important negotiation and management skills that you will use in a future career. Communication. This one is self-explanatory. If you can't communicate effectively, you will struggle to succeed. We all, however, continue to work on this one our entire lives as our language transforms and the tools we use to communicate change. Creativity. Used to think that's only artists. They're being creative. But what we have found is creativity is needed in every discipline to ask the right questions, pursue new ideas, and be willing to fail. A creative mind can take what is learned in a failed attempt and apply it to a second, more successful attempt. Finally, critical thinking. A key change in education today is moving away from memorization toward problem solving. You have unlimited knowledge at your fingertips, but you need to know how to evaluate that information and use it to solve problems. Sure, we have robots, we have computers, they can do many things for us, but only human brains can take that knowledge and make it meaningful. Character, citizenship, collaboration, communication, creativity, critical thinking. As you go off to your next adventure, think about how you can hone these skills that you've learned in your schooling for your own success and the success of our community. Wherever you go, I hope you return to Fort Wayne with your 6 C's intact and enthusiasm to continue moving our city forward. Again, congratulations, class of 2021.
So just a quick note before we begin passing out diplomas. Before we honor our graduates with their diplomas, I ask each of you to consider why we came here tonight. I hope it was to honor your graduate, your son, your daughter, and to allow them to hear their name called in silence so that they can reflect on the great work and accomplishment that graduation signifies. So that as you as their advocates can reflect on the great accomplishment as well, and not who made the loudest shout out. So please refrain from yelling, cheering, and clapping until the last graduate's name has been called. We are ready to begin.
Keegan Conley, Valedictorian. Danielle Smith, Salutatorian. Nur Angus Abdul Rahim. Rashida Abdul Wahid. Iris Alfaro. Anna Alvarado. Rolando Alvazuras. Antoine Andrews. Chase Arbuckle Wyatt. Nien A. Swahi Bar. Christopher Baskerville. Marquel Bass. Joe Jar B. Joey Beaton. Aiden Berger. Abigail Berkey. B. Sanaya Bibbs. Kayla Bliven. Gianna Treasure Booker. Zaire Booker. Briasha Boone. Cavante Boone. Allison Bourne. Brianna Bowman. Anton Bradley. Devin Brock. Sean Brooks. Nakaya Brown. Jacob Burton. Andrew Callaghan. Alonzo Calzadias. Isai Camacho. Kiera Carpenter. Corey Carter. Suhaili Castro Escobar. Ariane Cheney. Cody Chase. Carson Childers. Claudia Childers. Justin Chin. Church. America Conde Peralta. Lane Copeland. Rodrigo Corona. Theodore Coronato. Jessica Crane. Malik Cross. Miracle Cross. Brayley Cruz. Cole Cruz. Stephen Daly. Alana Daniels. Bria Davis. Katira Davis. Tony Davis. Tyrell Davis. Gershon Del Cid Gonzalez. Brianna Diaz. Alexis Ditmars. Joshua Dunyas. Gladys Donis. Caitlin Dostal. Tanisha Doty. Keeson Drake. Damari Aaliyah Dunno Madison. Callista Edmonds, Desiree Ainsley, Madison Esquivel, Kiera Eubank, Gabriel Evans, Jackson Evans, Jayla Fincher, Janila Fitz Sewell, Christian Flanagan, Anthony Flores, Jaden Ford, Isaac Folks, Carnell Franks Jr., Jernard Freeman, Mariana Fuentes, Emma Fugate, Amaya Galindo, Rogelio Garcia, Kayla Garr, Autumn Gatchell, Lucas Gephardt, Colum Gilson, Cavanye Godsey, Jaden Gonzalez, Andrea Goodwell, Gregory Gorman, Michael Govan, Jason Granados, Haley Graves, Simeon Gray, Jason Green, Case Grusbeck, Aaron Hagan, Jalen Hall, Anthony Hamlet, Iviana Harkenreiter, Dylan Harris, Marjorie Hart, Alexander Hartman, Christopher Hartman, Veronica Hartman, Amarion Harvey, Uzziah Hawkins, Aaliyah Henderson, Delmarion Henderson, Xander Henney, Glendy Hernandez, Emily Hernandez, Skylar Hyland, Nevaeh Hogue, Isolde Holcomb, Cortland Holloway, Shirley Hornbeck, May Tu, Tyler Hunter, DeMonte Hurst, Corina Hurtado, Sierra Jackson, Damian Jeregi, Kyron Johnson, Amarie Jones, Morgan Jones, Julian Keeler, Maggie Kinshon, Andrew Kennedy, Junior Kennedy, Sa Mi La, Gianni Lagrone, Andrew Lee, Julan Lineball, Victor Lemus,
Martina Lepic, Sajane Lloyd, Jaden Logan, Paige Lowry, Ricky Lumpkins, Evelyn Luna, Janami Madrigal, Jenna Mangrum, Teddy Mapeka, Blaze Martin, Kanijah Martin, Crystal Martinez, Jonas Massey, Nakaya McDonald, Zoe McGee, Isaiah McKee, Devon McKinney, Jason Mendez, Myra Mendez, Shania Menson, Isabel Mertz, Amelia Matoyer, Samira Miles, Ian Miller, Autumn Minear, Nicholas Myokovic, Sydney Mishler, Kaldajuan Mitchell, Donaldo Monteroso, Shaughnessy Montgomery. Brian Moore. Soleil Moore. Cheyenne Moss. Ne Nye. Donald Nelson. Tydale Nelson. Javana Nestor. Antonio Nino. Rodrigo Osoria. Pa. Logan Peden. Landon Perry. Stephanie Pozuelos. Adam Pressler. Jordan Puff. Alicia Polinario. A. Pugh. Caleb Raleigh. Cesar Ramirez. Kylie Revert. Elidia Reyes. Adriana Rhines. Anaya Rice. Marcus Richard. Nijane Richards. Maria Robinson. Jacinto Rodriguez. Ashaya Rogers. Hannah Rohr. Victor Rojas. Jamari Rowland. Enadina Rosa. Logan Ross. Courtney Roulette. Ha S. Med. O Na Sa. Ashley Sarazin. Parker Schmidt. Antoine Schneider. Araya Schneider. Justin Schwanke. Gentry Scott. Trevin Scott. George Shapachki. Yedina Shui. Morgan Renee Simmons. Ma Mat Sit. Elijah Slate. Almedina Schlivo. Flex Smeltsley. Alexis Smiley. Hong So. Alex Staples. Darian Starks. Austin Stauffer. Asia Stewart. Jashawn Stinson. Aiden Straka. Jamari Tab. Mason Taylor. Haley Terpstra. Aramis Terry. Christopher Thomas. Eric Thomas. Ava Thuringer. Cameron Tolles. Maximilian Zenoff. Fernando Turnpaw. Daniel Urizar Estrada. Araceli Vargas. Joshua Vasquez. Travis Vaughn. Maria Janina Veloso. Marilee Villalobos. Terriana Burgess. Wah Wah. Kylil Walker. Rice Warren. Kyle Weiss. Isaac Weilman. Caitlin Welch. O. Witt. Elizabeth White. Jermillian Williams. Jaisha Williams. Ryan Williams. Adonis Wilson. Windsor. John Suhaid bin Yunus. Matthew Zolner. Zuniga. Santino Zuniga.
Seniors, please rise. Parents, one reminder about how we have to exit the Coliseum. A reminder that parents should remain seated until the last graduate is able to leave the arena, and then you will meet with them outside for your pictures and celebration. Seniors, please move your tassel from your right to your left, thus signifying that class of 20 out of the Coliseum.
Cause you're a sky full of stars. I wanna die in your arms. Oh, oh. 'Cause you get lost